Yeah, just one of those starts just wasn't sharp. I mean, couldn't locate the fastball and had pretty good movement. He runs into that every once in a while, trying to control how much movement. The slider just didn't have that kind of bite to be able to bail him out of tough situations. But he was in a mess every single inning, and you mix that with the heat first time back. I mean, it was a lot.
Annie?
Like, for your bullpen, they give you 5 1/3 scoreless innings, especially with how much they've worked over the past few days. What does that mean for you guys?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because that every one of those guys could have probably used another day today, and they all took the ball and didn't just take it, but they did a great job right down the line. Impressive how these guys are preparing themselves and doing what they need to in between their opportunities to stay sharp and to stay strong. And they kept us there. We had an opportunity to bring that tying run to the plate right there, only because our pen was as good as it was today.
And with being able to steal his 33rd stolen base this season, I think it tied the franchise record for most in a season, or most consecutive stolen base attempts without being caught. How much havoc can he make on the bases when he gets on?
Well, we've watched it happen, whether it's today it was stolen base and then a balk. We've watched errant throws that have allowed us to score runs. And it's just the kind of player he is, the kind of team that we'd like to be, to always put pressure on. And he actually had that next bag stolen too. He was there, he beat it, and then came off, which is unfortunate, because that's quite an impressive streak with being able to be that effective. And it just talks about, you're not talking about a guy who's in the top 5 fastest in the league in a straight sprint. It's just it's instincts, it's guts, and it's a lot of homework of picking the right times. And Rusty Kuntz has done an incredible job of helping Witt and together them figuring out times to where they can have that kind of consistency with stolen base opportunities.
Lynn, back to you.
Mike, talking about Witt and that streak there, I mean, you mentioned like the balk and things like that. When you see that as from the opposing side, I mean, what sort of pressure does that put on when you know that there's a guy who's, stealing at that higher rate and safe at that higher rate? I mean, just what sort of, extra attention to detail, or just, whether it's awareness, or what does that cause for?
Well, if you have a pitching staff that doesn't naturally make themselves quick to the plate, you're going to be doing a lot of slide steps. You're always adding to the workload of a pitcher by making them throw over. You're adding to the amount of time that you're keeping a defense on the field on a hot day like today, by having to pay attention to what's going on. And anytime you have your attention distracted, the likelihood of getting your complete focus back to 60 feet, 6 inches away is going to diminish. And so I know it seems like it's something that's not as appreciated in the game these days as it used to be. But to us it is. And it's a weapon that a player like Witt can take advantage of, and it can be a game changer.